Hey guys, welcome to First Chapter Fridays. This is the Portsmouth Public Library's program where we read the first chapter of an awesome book to get you hooked. Today's book is called The Gilded Ones. This was by Namina Forna. This is a really interesting book because it sort of takes a new take on the sort of weird dystopian thing. The main character's name is Decca. She is a girl going on 16, and when you turn 16 in her village, there's this weird sort of ritual called the Ritual of Purity, and what they do is they actually cut you to see what color your blood is. And if you have red blood, normal, you're good to go, you can become a member of the village. If you have gold blood, what awaits you is a fate worse than death. So, not to spoil anything, but but you can't guess what color blood the main character has. But let's go ahead and get started. Chapter 1. Today is the Ritual of Purity. The thought nervously circles in my head as I hurry toward the barn, gathering my cloak to ward off the cold. It's early morning, and the sun hasn't yet begun its climb above the snow-dusted trees encircling our small farmhouse. Shadows gather in the darkness, crowding the weak pool of light cast by my lamp. An ominous tingling builds under my skin. It's almost as if there's something there at the edge of my vision. It's just nerves, I tell myself. I felt the tingling many times before and never once seen anything strange. The barn doors open when I arrive. A lantern hung at the post. Father's already inside, spreading hay. He's a frail figure in the darkness, his tall body sunken into itself. Just 3 months ago, he was hardy and robust, his blonde hair untouched by gray. Then the red pox came, sickening him and mother. Now he's stooped and faded, with the rheumy eyes and wispy hair of someone decades older. "You're already awake," he says softly, gray eyes flitting over me. "I couldn't sleep any longer," I reply, grabbing a milk pail and heading towards Nora, our largest cow. I'm supposed to be resting in isolation, like all other girls preparing for the ritual, but there's too much work to do around the farm and not enough hands. There hasn't been since Mother died 3 months ago. The thought brings tears to my eyes and I blink them away. Father forks more hay into the stalls. "Blessings to he who waketh to witness the glory of the infinite Father," he quotes from the Infinite Wisdoms. "So, are you prepared for today?" I nod. "Yes, I am. Later this afternoon, Elder Durkis will test me and all the other 16-year-old girls during the Ritual of Purity. Once we're proven pure, we'll officially belong here in the village. I'll finally be a woman, eligible to marry, have a family of my own." The thought sends another wave of anxiety across my mind. I glance at Father from the corner of my eye. His body's tense, his movements labored. He's worried too. "I had a thought, Father," I begin. What if... I stop there, the unfinished question lingering heavily in the air. An unspeakable dread unfurling in the glooms of the barn. Father gives me what he thinks is a reassuring smile, but the edges of his mouth are tight. "What if what?" he asks. "You can tell me, Decca." "What if my blood doesn't run pure?" I whisper, the horrible words rushing out of me. "What if I'm taken away by the priests, banished? I have nightmares about it, terrors that merge with my other dreams, the ones where I'm in a dark ocean, Mother's voice calling out to me. Is that what you're worried about?" I nod. Even though it's rare, everyone knows of someone's sister or relative who was found to be impure. The last time it happened, in Ifrit, was decades ago, to one of Father's cousins. The villagers still whisper about the day she was dragged away by the priests, never to be seen again. Father's family has been shadowed by it ever since. That's why they're always acting so holy, always the first in my temple. My aunts masked, so even their mouths are hidden from view. The Infinite Wisdom's caution: only the impure blaspheming, and unchaste women remains revealed under the eyes of Oyomo. But this warning refers to the top half of the face, forehead to the tip of the nose. My aunts, however, even have little squares of sheer cloth covering their eyes. When father returned from his army post with mother at his side, the entire family disowned him immediately. It was too risky, accepting a woman of unknown purity, and a foreigner at that, into the family? Then I came along, a child dark enough to be a full southerner, but with father's gray eyes, cleft chin, and softly curled hair to say otherwise. I've been in Urfa my entire life, born and raised, and I'm still treated like a stranger, still stared and pointed at, still excluded. I wouldn't even be allowed in the temple if some of father's relatives had their way. My face may be the spitting image of his, but that's not enough. I need to be proven for the village to accept me, for father's family to accept us. Once my blood runs pure, I'll finally belong. And that is the first chapter of the Gilded Ones. Like I said, really interesting sort of ritual. There's a few other books that sort of have this sort of coming of age ritual and something happens. So if you're interested in those kind of books or this book and you'd like to get a copy for yourself, please feel free to come into the library or give us a call at 740-354-5688 and tune in for another episode of First Chapter Fridays coming up next week. Have a good one.